everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my project pan update for the month of March. And for those of you who don't know what a project pan is, it's basically like a makeup use-up project. At least for me, it's makeup only. You can set your goals to be usage goals, to hit pan, or to use up an item completely. And for me, my goals are almost always to hit pan or use up products completely. I've been panning for quite a few years. I'm just gonna get into the updates now because my numbers this month were quite good. Starting with the first product, I have my Hawaiian Tropic Mineral Sunscreen Powder. My goal on this is to use it up completely, and when I first rolled it into this project pan, it was pretty much new. It wasn't brand new. I'd already used it for a bit, but this is going to expire this year in July, so I wanted to finish it before then. I used this 22 times this month for a total of 46 uses, and this is what it looks like now up close. So I remember complaining that I wasn't seeing any progress. You can definitely tell that there is like powder up to 2/3 of the way in here. Brand new thing of this probably goes up to here. So I didn't realize that this was also storage for this product, which makes sense because it has to travel pretty far to get to the top. So if I flip it over like this, it looks like there's barely any product in here. You can actually also unscrew the bottom of this cap to get everything out, which I was complaining about before, like, why can't I just unscrew the bottom and use it as a loose powder that way? And you can. So I'm definitely going to be using every last bit of this that I can, and this is not my favorite powder by far. I really don't like sunscreen powders that are like this. I think I prefer either a loose powder that I apply with a brush separately, not like a 2-in-1 because this is where the brush is, or a pressed sunscreen powder. So when I'm done with this, I don't think I'm going to be purchasing any more sunscreen powders like this because I just don't like this packaging. Moving on to my next product, I have the Too Faced Born This Way Turn Up the Light Complexion Palette in the shade Medium. And my goal is to finish this completely. I only have the shade Soft Focus in the middle left because I did scrape out the other two powders in here. They were kind of bad. And I've used this 22 times this month for a total of 51 uses. And this is what mine looks like. I feel like there's quite a bit of pan in the center, but it will still take me some time to use it up, especially when it gets to, you know, just the corners. But I've solved that on this, or like on another powder, by using a spoolie to help me scrape the corners. Instead of having to repress the whole thing, I just use it loose, but we're not quite there with this product yet. This is a dupe for the Hourglass powders, but it's not really the best dupe because it's discontinued. I do think it looks nicer than the Hourglass powders though, but you can't get it anymore, so there's no point. If you already have it, I recommend using it. I will be excited when this is gone because this is very bulky packaging, but I'm enjoying the powder while it's still here. The next product I have is also from Too Faced and is also discontinued. I have the Too Faced Hot Cocoa Bronzer. My goal on this is to use it up completely. I already knew from the beginning that it was going to be a hard task to do. This already had pan in it when I rolled it in, so I didn't think it was going to be too hard. But I used this 22 times this month for a total of 52 uses, and this is what mine looks like now. Wow. So I did have to use a spoolie to get some of the upper parts because they were like stuck up there. There was like a very thin band of powder and it's no longer there. There's still some stuck in this corner, so I may have to use a spoolie to get it out again. And chunks of the hot cocoa in the center did break off, and so I just crushed it up, mixed it in with the other powders. I think this is going pretty well. I'm surprised at how fast this is going, but 52 uses with this much pan sounds about right, especially since I use this to contour my face, so I do like 3s on both sides of my face. I do think this is a decent bronzer, but it's not like a must-have bronzer, and obviously it's discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. Moving on to blushes, I do have 3 in this project pan because I don't know what I was thinking. So the first one is from Bare Minerals. It is just a miniature size. I used this 22 times this month for a total of 52 uses, and my goal on it is to use it up completely. There was a very small bit of pan when I brought this into this project, but now the pan is quite big. Like, look at it. This formula is very, how do I say it? I feel like chunks of this break off very easily, and then I have to, like, you know, fling it off my brush back into the pan and crush it up so that I don't end up with like a streak of blush on my cheek. But I do really enjoy this formula. I have the full size as a backup, which I'm probably not going to use this year because I have so many other blushes already. This may be done faster than I would expect because it's just not cooperating with me and it keeps breaking. So the other 2 blushes I have in this project pan are from my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Deer palette, and this is from last year. I'm working on the 2 blushes in here, and I usually layer it with the Bare Minerals blush because these are a little bit more sheer and like shiny, glowy, and the Bare Minerals blush is more matte. And this also adjusts the color of the blush so that it's a little bit more bright. I used Radiant Peach and Vibrant Pink 22 times this month for a total of 22 uses because I just rolled it into this project pan, and this is what they look like. They barely look used, but I have to get a head start on the blushes because I know if I use the whole palette together, the blushes will be left for 4 years because that's how long it took me to pan the blushes for my last Hourglass palette. Maybe in 2030 I'll be done with this palette. I know I won't hit pan on it, but I'm just going to keep it in, I think, until at least winter. I guess my goal is technically to hit pan, but I know it's not going to happen. The next Hourglass product I have is their highlighter. It is their Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in the shade Euphoric Strobe Light. My goal on this is to hit pan on it. And I was using it previously, but I never hit pan on it because these are very hard to hit pan on. I used this 22 times this month for a total of 51 uses, and this is what it looks like now. I know you can't really tell when I hold it up like this, but it's definitely becoming more flat. It's starting to get a dip. These are baked, so they're domed at the top when you first get them. Maybe I'll see pan in it by the end of the year, but this is a little bit light on me. I do have it on my cheeks right now, and I feel like it almost looks white. So I may roll in another highlighter to adjust, but I want to hit pan on this first. I don't know when that will be because I can definitely see like holes in it from like when it's baked, and I don't know if that means I'm close. I don't think I'm close at all. The next product I have in this project pan is from MAC. It is the single eyeshadow in Soba, and this thing is constantly being discontinued and brought back. So I want to hit pan on this because I've had it since I started my current job. So it's been about 4 years. I used this 16 times this month for a total of 28 uses, and there's still no pan, but this is what it looks like now. Hopefully you can see that there is a significant dip. So the way I'm wearing it right now is it's like on my crease, and then on my lower lid I put a metallic shimmer. I feel like this used to be more sparkly, but with age it's become more matte, which is fine. And I think it's still a decent shade. I don't know what I'm going to do with this after I hit pan on it. I'm probably going to keep it around and still use it, but I just want to see more usage on this because it is so old. Moving on to lip products, I am planning to pan a ton of lip products this year. Okay, maybe a ton is a bit of exaggeration, but a lot of lip products because they're expiring. So the first one I have is from Tower 28. It is their lip gloss in the shade Chestnut, and this is, I think, about 2.5 years old at this point. It came in a holiday pack, like a 2-pack, and I used up the other one last year, which was Chill. I've used this one 22 times this month for a total of 51 uses. It is almost done. It will be done by the next update. You can see my progress markings on the back. And I tried really hard to use this month. I'm actually wearing it right now. I actually want to finish this before I go to Japan, and I think that's very doable. So I'm not bringing this with me to Japan because I want to keep the bottle here in my empties bin. I think this is a nice lip gloss, but I think I like the Bare Mineral. Oh! I like the Bare Minerals formula more, and I'm not the biggest fan of glitter in my lip gloss. Moving on to my Rom&nd lip gloss, I have the Glasting color in the shade in the shade Deepen More. This is actually dim mauve. I always hold it up instead of Deepen More because I keep that one at my office and they look the same. They're opaque, you can't see through it. I actually will have no idea when it will be done, but I'm going to compare it to the numbers I have here and kind of guess. I used this 19 times this month for a total of 36 uses, and I think there's at least 50 uses in here. There has to be. These are, I don't know what the size is. Great. I think it's at least 0.13 fluid ounces, which is pretty standard for a lip gloss. Are a little bit lip plumping, but not painful. So it just feels like a little bit of a tickle. It feels a little warm, but it's not burning. It's not stinging. It's not painful. But I still don't think I like that sensation. And what's crazy is I don't feel it all the time. I only feel it sometimes. But I don't really like I don't really like lip plumpers. I don't think my lips need any help. So I'm probably not going to repurchase this product again. But I have 3 to go through. And this is probably the most exciting product. I have my Rose Ink Persuasive lipstick, and it's just like a 100 point perk lipstick. This thing really humbled me last year. I thought I was going to be done with it within a few months, but it's been so long. It's been like 2 years. My goal is to finish this. I used it 39 times this month for a total of 51 uses, and this is what it looks like right now. It is just a little nub, and I think I can finish it by the next month, but we'll see if I'm wrong. It looked a lot bigger last month because the way it was sloped was much higher. I did mark it on a piece of paper here, and you can see it from January last year where I was. So this is where it's at right now and where I started a year ago. The progress has been so slow, but I'm really hoping that next month I'll be done with this. But who knows, because I'm going to Japan soon. So, and I'm not taking it with me. So I will definitely need to work hard on it when I get back. And I had to remember to reapply so many times this month. Moving on to the last product in my project pan, I have the Rom&nd Juicy Lasting Tint in the shade Jujube Jam. This is a Japan exclusive shade, but you can get it from Don Quixote, I think. At least in Hong Kong. I'm not sure if they carry it in other countries as well. My goal is to use this up completely because my other Rom&nd products are expiring this year. So there's no expiration date on this one, unfortunately. So I'm just going to try and use it up this year anyways. You can't really tell how much product is left in this, but I used it 3 times this month for a total of 12 uses. It is a very nice color, but it is very hard for me to remember to use it. This is what it looks like. It does not smell like Jujube's. That would be a little concerning because they don't smell the best. I really don't think I'm going to be able to make too much progress on this one because I do prefer glosses, as you can see, over this lip tint. But I think it's a nice color. It doesn't really stain your lips or stay on, which is fine with me because I don't really want like stained lips that are patchy. I'd rather just all come off. And I usually like to roll in at least 1 product per month just to keep things exciting. And because I am so close on 2 lip products, I'm just going to be rolling in 1 new lip product. but it is very similar to what I've already been working on. I'm going to roll in my Fenty Beauty Champ Stamp Fantasy Gloss Bomb, and this thing is massive. It is 3 times the size of a regular lip gloss. And my goal on this is to, well, I would like to get as much use on this as possible, but I'm going to try and use this up completely because I think it's been like 2 years since I got this. And the last one I had expired on me. Let me smell this really quick. I don't even know if I've ever opened this. I have never opened this. It still smells fine. It has that, like, you know, the gloss bomb smell. I don't know what color this is, but it looks very similar to Chestnut. That was everything for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm just gonna say this in advance, but I don't know how much progress I'm going to make in the next month because I'm going to Japan. Anyways, that's everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in a month. Bye!